I surprised my girlfriend with Taylor Swift tickets. She wanted to bring her friend instead. Me and my girlfriend, both 26, have been dating for 3 years now. My girlfriend is a huge Taylor Swift fan and was really excited when she found out Taylor would be performing at MetLife Stadium, right near us. I decided to surprise her with Taylor Swift concert tickets, since I knew she really wanted to go. I called in sick the day the tickets dropped and waited in the Ticketmaster queue for 2 hours. Finally, when it opened up, I bought 2 seats for $400 each, presumably one for her and another for me. When she came back from work that night, I surprised her with the tickets and she was ecstatic. However, when I claimed I was excited to go with her, she got very confused and claimed she thought the 2 tickets were for her and her best friend, who is also a big Taylor Swift fan. I was very disappointed since I believed that this was an experience we could do together and it would be something we would remember for the rest of our lives. My girlfriend could tell I was upset and said she would be happy to go with me instead. I told her she should go with whoever she wanted to go with more, and to not go with me just because it was what I had planned. After hearing this, my girlfriend immediately called her friend and told her that they were going to the Taylor Swift concert together. Ouch. I told my girlfriend that if her friend wanted to go with her, she had to pay the $400 for the ticket, and her friend agreed to. While my girlfriend and her friend went together and both had a great time, I felt betrayed since she chose her over me. While I know my girlfriend's BFF is a much bigger Taylor Swift fan than me, I was still excited to go since I've never been to a concert before, and I like to listen to some of Taylor Swift's songs. Like I said before, I also believe this would be a memory we could both remember together. Should I have done things differently and not given up my ticket so willingly? My kids knew about my wife's affair and helped her cover it up. Last week, while my wife, 49, was taking a shower, I, 50, saw a notification pop up on her phone and went to open it thinking it was one of our daughters, Maddie 24 and Alice 26, confirming what time their girls' dinner was. Instead, I saw an unsaved number saying, "I can't wait to see you," and then kissing emoji. I froze for a second. I clicked on the message and saw a short thread mostly confirming dinner plans for that evening and how they missed each other and once a week just wasn't enough. I knew what I saw. 29 years of marriage down the drain. Hoping to catch her in a lie before she left the house, I texted both our daughters and asked them about girls' dinner. What happened next broke me to my core. Both girls confirmed the dinner and said they were excited. I couldn't believe it. Not proud of what came next. I turned her location sharing on with me in her phone and let her leave. I followed her to a restaurant and lo and behold, neither daughter was there, but instead a man I knew was her boss. I was so heartbroken. Part of me was hoping I was just a paranoid freak and my daughters would be there happy to see me. But no, just my cheating wife and her AP. I took pictures of the 2 of them holding hands and kissing. I know I should have waited, but I couldn't help myself. I was so angry. As soon as I got in my car, I opened the group chat we had as a family, sent them all the photos and said, "Glad you're enjoying girls' dinner together." I then turned my phone off and drove to my brother's house and asked to stay the night. I woke up the next morning to over 40 texts and 20 voicemails. My wife went through the cheater's playbook of excuses. I didn't even listen to her voicemails. I was about to respond with, "I will be getting a divorce, I recommend a lawyer." But my brother stopped me. He told me to meet with a bunch of lawyers first and make sure she couldn't use them. Instead, I just sent the group chat a simple message, "I am physically fine but need time. I will come home when I'm ready." I then muted my phone. I called different lawyers that looked to be the best in town that morning for appointments. Met with all of them, and picked the one who looked ready to treat this as scorched earth as possible. Finally, after spending all day with lawyers, I looked through the messages and both my daughters were apologizing. My younger daughter, the daddy's girl of the 2, was manic. She had texted me almost 50 times saying she never should have lied and hated it every time. Her boyfriend even reached out asking me to please reach out to her, that he didn't know what was going on but that she was on the verge of a panic attack. "Maddie, I love you, but please understand that what you've done has hurt me deeply. I need you to give me space." I sent it and within seconds got a, "Okay, I'm so sorry, I never should have helped, I'll never forgive myself. I love you too." I didn't respond. Alice was different. We always had a good relationship, but she was a mama's girl through and through. She said she was sorry but that I shouldn't throw away a good marriage because of one mistake. This made me furious. "Alice, this isn't a mistake, this is a betrayal. From my whole family. Please don't reach out again until I make first contact." She never responded, but I know she showed it to me STBX because she started saying that I shouldn't take this out on Alice. I never responded. I'll never talk to her again except through lawyers. This all happened 5 days ago. I'm still at my brother's and can't contain my feelings. I cry every morning and most of the day. I oscillate between complete debilitating sadness and all-consuming anger. Losing my wife will be hard enough, but how do I ever look at my children again? How do I even begin to forgive them? Alice is supposed to get married in the fall. I've been paying for almost everything, now I'm probably not going to go. I don't even know how to move forward. I am completely destroyed. My wife got pregnant with another man's kid, and thinks I don't know about it. Me and my wife have been together for more or less around 5 years. I had met her at work, she was the manager and I was one of the line cooks working in the back kitchen. I had my suspicions when we first had our son. We decided that it was best I become a stay-at-home dad while she worked, as she had made so much more money than I did as she was a general manager. First she started saying things like she had to go to work parties as it was mandatory, or she'd be fired, or she was staying late at work because people had called off and it was busy. One day she had come on to me being very flirty and persuading me to have sex with her. Now that I look back, I think she was already pregnant at this point and wanted it to look like I had gotten her knocked up. Of course, like any man would, I fucked her and came inside. About a month later she was telling me she was pregnant. I was cool with it, why not? When it came down to having our second son, I noticed that about a year into it, he looked nothing like me or my wife. Keep in mind we are both white, I have blonde hair and brown eyes, my skin is super pale and my wife is just almost the same. This kid, the more he grew, was really dark-skinned Mexican hair and looked like one of the guys you'd see from the Mexican Revolution with the big ol' mustaches. I mean, when I say Mexican, he looked like the typical stereotype of one. I'm thinking about getting a DNA test and leaving her because there's no way it's mine.
My mother slept with my boyfriend during a family reunion. I, 26, have been dating this guy for 7 months. Let's call him Devin. I took Devin with me to my family reunion this year. It was held at a group of cabins at a lake in northern Georgia. We have families spread out across the U.S., and every 2 years we pick a location and congregate for the weekend. I did not expect to walk in on this kind or congregation, though. Devin had met my mother, 47, once before at dinner, along with my brother and sister that are both a few years younger than me. Our parents divorced several years ago, and my father is busy drinking himself dead with his new girlfriend, so he did not attend dinner or the reunion. I did not pick up on any weird vibes or stolen glances at dinner, and Mother and I have some boundaries already about dating. She and I are only 21 years apart, both fit and attractive. I like guys older than me, and she likes guys younger than her. Mother currently has a boyfriend, Frank, 41-6. They've been together for about 1.5 years. Frank did not attend the family reunion. So during the reunion, Devin has been distant from me. He found literally anything else to do than have a connection with me all weekend. Before the big meal on Saturday, he told me he didn't find me very attractive. He said I'm too tall, not fit enough. He doesn't like that I have a child, 3M, and I smoke too much weed. I know he's grasping at straws. I am a tall woman at 5 feet 11 inches. But I only weigh 150 pounds and I don't work out excessively, but I am strong. My son is really cool and I have to baby daddy to have drama with. Devin should have said something about that a long time ago, right? And for the weed, I only smoke on special occasions. Anyway, we had a talk and it turned into an argument and Devin stormed out. We were staying in a room in one of the cabins. He stormed out and, apparently, into the RV where my mother was staying. I cried a lot and finally composed myself to go talk with my mom like girls do in a breakup, right? I opened the RV door and took one step up. I look to my left where I see them both sprawled out on the bed, breathing heavy and freshly orgasmed. They see me and do they oh shit jump and cover. I said nothing, just walked over and slapped my mother across the face and walked back out. Walking back towards the cabin, I see cars arriving with more family members and food to prepare for the final family day feast. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do now. Do I tell my family? Do I tell her boyfriend? Do I act like nothing happened until after the party? How can I ever trust my mother again? How can I rebuild my self-esteem after a hit like that?
Like and subscribe, please.